The video you're about to watch is about the collective work of our workforce system, and more importantly, the impact we are having on our region. EKCEP's mission is straightforward: prepare, advance, and expand the workforce of Eastern Kentucky. But accomplishing this mission is a big job. It's complex, and it's dependent on everyone. We're having success, but we have lots more to do. As we work together, I hope we'll be guided by our values, the things we strongly believe to be the key ingredients of our ongoing success: innovation, diversity, collaboration, vision, and adaptability. This year, I've been inspired by people working hard to lead and make a difference. Our work is not just a job to them, it's personal. They know we are helping neighbors, brothers, cousins, fathers, and families. It really is about home. Governor Steve Beshear and Congressman Hal Rogers and their tremendous leadership and hard work with SOAR have been great examples for our region. Thousands of people have attended meetings about the future of Eastern Kentucky. I'm most inspired, as many of you are, by the men and women who've lost their jobs and are standing tall in the face of adversity. They're making tough decisions under pressure to reshape their own future and the future of their families. It's our privilege to be a small part of their success. Watch.
I'm like a fourth generation coal miner. My grandpa, or my great-grandpa, my grandpa, my dad, they were all coal miners. You know, my great-grandpa and my grandpa were underground miners. My dad, he was a welder at a prep plant, so he was a surface miner. Then I found myself mining coal. I worked as a surface miner for approximately 8 years. Then in the summer of 2012, I was laid off. And it took me approximately a year to find a job. I put together a real good resume of all my skills and stuff, and I started trying these local departments, and that's where I found myself here at Harlan. And the home program had just came and talked to Chief Thomas. It was like the perfect storm. All this happened all at once.
Actually, he worked maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We were able to get him started in the program 3 or 4 weeks before his basic training class started. So he went through 18 weeks training at the Department of Criminal Justice, done extremely well. We was just beginning the testing phase, and Trish Adams walked in and told me about the home program, and it was like, wow, you know, what a coincidence. This is great. Retraining an out-of-work miner to learn a new career, so you know, so many hours of on-the-job training and a little reimbursement through the 18 weeks basic training. So you know, we was able to recoup quite a bit, and it saved a lot of dollars for us. You
know, the home program, they can put you in programs or help you find jobs, or maybe even relocate to help start a new career. They can look at your skills that you have, and they can apply them to certain careers that may suit you. And it's a great program. It helped me a lot.
I've had a lot of out-of-work coal miners or former miners come in, and you know, they're struggling. You know, they're looking for work. They're good hard workers. They want to work. I've talked to other police chiefs. I've talked to other agencies. I've told people, hey, this program's out here, and you know, not only do you need to take advantage of it, but you know, there's a lot of guys and women out there that need new training and need new work, because you know, right now it doesn't look like it's going to improve anytime soon, at least for a couple more years. And you know, we need to rejuvenate and revitalize our economy and our resources out there that we have. You know, a lot of people's leaving here, and to find work, you know, you need to take advantage of this. It's a great name. It's home. You know, let's keep some people home and keep Eastern Kentucky alive, and you know, not become a ghost town.
I'm a 5th generation coal miner. Everybody in my family is in coal industry, and I wanted to stay in Eastern Kentucky because I love Eastern Kentucky. Around 2011, 2012, it started really going south. Jobs started, and I actually dodged a couple layoffs, thankfully, and then February 2012, they shut the whole job down. I went to unemployment office, signed up on unemployment, and I met Reva Kidd, and she asked me what my next step was. I picked barbering because I love my area. I love Eastern Kentucky. I grew up here. You know, it's where it's great to raise a family here, and I had to pick a career that was going to keep me here and still be able to provide, you know, income to raise a family. They ended up giving me $10,000, which was a big help. Thank you all for being able to send me to school and help me do it. And it's a great thing, especially for coal miners that have been laid off and want to find a different career. And not just barbering, you know, they pay for a lot of different other programs and to keep people home. And if it wouldn't have been for the program, I actually would have had to relocate.
She told me to come here, you know, and that she would be able to help me with the resume. And that way then I could go and, you know, put in resumes at different jobs and stuff. And so she helped me with all of that. And I signed up on the program and stuff to where they'll help you. And that's how I got started. Just through word of mouth and stuff like that. That was one of the things that went on in the process of the Jobs Club. A lot of it was word of mouth that people were talking about because they would learn that you had an ability, that they heard about a job, you know, opportunity somewhere else, so they would just go ahead and tell you about it. Then while I was here, I noticed the applications out there in the office, in the boxes and stuff, and I inquired about them, and she told me that, yeah, that they hired for transit drivers. And when they told me that I was available, you know, could have this position and stuff, I was just tickled to death. And that meant a whole lot to me and stuff because, you know, I didn't have a job and I was desperately seeking one. And so to me that, I don't know exactly how to explain it and stuff, but it makes you feel like you're a part of a group of people that actually care, you know, even though it's not them that's going to be reaping the benefit, they're willing to share that with you.
Well, I think we've had a really good year this year with our program. We've had a lot of good success stories. Of course, some that we've already covered, like Carolyn Boyd. We were discussing her and the fact that she was someone that came to our job club. She attended our job club on a regular basis, participated, was great. She was awesome in sharing with the job club. Would come back and share experiences about interviewing, and that helped the other job club members. I feel like our job seekers, when they come in, it just helps us to get on another level with them, and it keeps them really proactive in their job search. And I think it puts a responsibility on them because they're coming in week to week, and it is almost like a job for them because they know each week they have to be there and that they're going to gain. We never let them walk away empty-handed or walk away feeling like they've wasted their time or their gas. So they always walk away with something, and that's what makes them feel good, and that's why they keep coming back.
And I was looking for a job because I wanted to work and make some money. And my mom told me I could come up here to the Daniel Boone, and my caseworker, Edwina, told me to go ahead and start filling out my paperwork and put in a resume. And I put in an application, and it helped me get on through IGA. They pretty much got me ready to go ahead and start my job because I didn't know half the stuff that was about because I'd never worked before. After I graduate in summer of 2015, I'm going to Somerset Community College to take their 2-year pharmacist program. And after that, after I take that 2-year program, I'm going to be working there. I'll have on-the-job training and getting paid. And I'll be taking other classes to get higher degrees to make more salary. And that job that I'll have, I'll be dealing with the public too, and I think I'll be ready for it because I've worked at IGA so long.
Been trying to find a full-time job that would last for a while, and she helped me submit my resume, what all I needed to do and change that way to make it better. And it was better, I'm assuming, because now I'm here. So I was wondering where I could get an application at, so I called here just to try it out. And it's like, yeah, you can come up and get one. And then that's when I met Alyssa, and she was like, well, I'm going to help you get a job. I was like, awesome. And she did. She went out of her way to help me too. My first day of work, we went to Walmart, and she got me some clothes and boots and socks and stuff that I really needed. I couldn't tell you how much it means to just be working here.
Like nowhere was hiring, or it was just ridiculous hours, and I just couldn't do it. And then I came up here and talked to Joanne, and you know, she just explained to me, you know, like, this place is hiring, you know, it's a really good place, just come up here and check it out. And I went up there and I love it. Because I've been here before, and it helped me find a job really quick, and I just figured, you know, I can try it again, you know, it never hurts to try again. So I came up here and it was instant, you know, to find a job. When you're on your own trying to find a job, you know, it's a lot harder because there's so many people putting in applications and stuff, and here it's like they can just really like put their foot in the door and say, you know, we're going to help you find a job, and it works out really great.
There's so many people that we have helped either with you know, gaining and maintaining employment here in the area, but also we've helped so many people, you know, gain employment in other areas and, you know, and relocate to those areas. But they've been successful. Actually, Jonathan Roberts probably is one of the biggest ones that stands out in my mind. He came in, he was actually very well educated, master's degree in education, had taught for several years, and had been in the school systems, and all of a sudden lost his job. With working with him and showing him that there's other things out there, and he, you know, finally opened up. He was hired through a company. He's already received several promotions, and he's doing wonderful. One thing that I've realized is that you have to get outside that box, and you can't stay with, you know, what works for one client does not work for every client, and the opportunities and, you know, their skills and what they have. You really have to help them, first of all, recognize that, and then try to recognize what opportunities is out there.
As a career advisor here in the Johnson County area with the Big Sandy Community Action, the WIA program, I've had the opportunity to work with several home clients, our laid-off coal miners. The other thing that stands out in Johnson County as far as the Big Sandy region, career clubs. We worked with the LPN program. There was 14 nurses that was on a fast track, the only one in the state of Kentucky. They started in August. They were graduating in May. We worked with them the whole month of April. We did 5-minute speed interviews. We talked to them about how important the resume was, branding themselves as an employee, what they had to offer to employers. I got to enroll 6 of those ladies as actual clients, and as of to this day, they all got their boards, passed their boards and everything in July, and they all work as LPNs now. With EKCEP keeping us up to date in our trainings and effectively career advising our people, giving us the tools that we need to help our people stand out is what's really, I think, been the success of all of it.
I do believe through our communication and through our capability to talk through matters, we have probably the best workforce in the state, and we can provide any service to employers and job seekers with the best of them to make our people competitive across the state and, you know, across the country and the world. And we truly are here to help these people get jobs, whether it's in this area or unfortunately somewhere else. We can help them get those positions, we can help them get trained, and we can help them get the job for themselves. We're not about putting people in jobs, getting people jobs. We're about helping them get their own jobs. This will be an opportunity to catch people on the front side, if you will, to try to help people before they get to the point where they're losing everything, where they're, hopeless. And I think that probably has been more and more true the longer I've been here, the longer I've worked with the other agencies, to see that truly all these people are here because they want to see our people succeed, and they want this area to be a better place.
So with the lineman program, a person gets a Class C lineman certification. They get an OSHA 10 certification, they get a flagger certification, and they get a CDL Class A certification. EKCEP helps us with the lineman program in that they will help fund a person's class. They will help pay their tuition, they will help pay for their tools, they will help pay for their boots, and sometimes they get assistance in other ways as well. EKCEP is critical to the success of the lineman program. Without their partnership, it would not have been a success. With our first lineman class, we had 20 in the class, 100% completed. I believe around 67% found employment in lineman-related areas. When you can see that you're changing lives and see that you're helping folks and help make their lives better, yes, that means everything. That makes my job fun.
We needed quite a few experienced miners, and we're having trouble finding those candidates in our area, and there was quite a few in East Kentucky that met what we were looking for. We've hired probably, I would say, 125 folks from out there. The majority of them have stayed and worked out well for us. For us to go out there and try to do this all by ourselves, there's no way we would have the same outcome, because it would have put the burden on us to do all that work that the home people did. It was a struggle on us just to get that many people to our facility, get them interviewed, get them trained, get them in the workforce. If we had to do everything else on top of that, there's no way it would have been successful, I don't think.
There's an opportunity up here. I know there's a lot of people up here that needs work, and with our company, we're trying to bring those guys in, help them out.
We've already realized about 30 hires from the home program, and we've been getting some great feedback on the positive experiences that these folks have had from the group already, and so that's really encouraging. It's a great testimony to just how well folks that have worked in the coal mines can easily adapt to the work culture that we have here. I would encourage any company in the state of Kentucky to take a good hard look at the partnership with the home program, because it was really kind of eye-opening for us to see some of the amazing fits that were available to us and to help us directly impact some of the needs that we have in our manufacturing environment.
We'd been looking for another person, and just was looking at the financial aspect of it. And when I came in contact with this program, it allowed me that advantage of getting him trained for the six-month program. And that helped budget-wise to prepare for afterwards. And also with the way the Kentucky Board of Embalmers and Funeral Directors program set up, there's a 6-month training period to start it out.
I've been wanting out anyway, and been looking at maybe doing something like this, and when they laid me off, I just come here, you know. I went and signed up, and I may have drawn like a couple checks through, you know, unemployment, and then this deal worked out.
And it just worked beautifully. And he's almost to the end of that and doing very well, and is going to be a great asset to the funeral home here.
I'm real thankful for the program because, you know, I got to stay here. It's where I was born and raised, and, you know, bought my house. I hate to sell and have to move and all that, you know, so it worked out.
So I had a laid-off coal miner, Sharon Poff, who worked for a local coal company, was laid off, and she came to me looking for employment. And I was needing someone, so I hired her and worked with EKCEP through the home program. I hired Sharon as a customer service representative, and actually she is in training this week in Lexington to be a certified customer service representative, and she will be legal through the Department of Insurance and Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. And the home program did help me pay for her expenses for the training that she's getting in Lexington. In the back of my mind, and when Sharon came around and I had been speaking with Trish, I said, hey, I'll try this, and it has been a wonderful experience. Brian Fields has been great to work with. Trish Adams has been great to work with. I have a secretary I possibly may be losing, and if I do, I will definitely go back to the home program and work with them again, if they will work with me, because it has been a great experience.
Wins the award for driving the furthest distance, and his name is Chris Sexton. Chris, can you stand up for a moment? And I think you even have, is your wife here as well? Excellent. Chris drove all the way last night with his wife, got here late last night from eastern Kentucky. Chris comes from a family of coal miners. It's been a generational, not just a vocation, but an avocation for Chris and his family. Regrettably, in 2012, Chris was laid off. He didn't expect it, but it came. And Chris, like so many other residents in eastern Kentucky and across this country, got back on his feet. He got trained, and he is now, he got paramedic training, and now he's driving an ambulance, and he's looking forward to becoming a full-time paramedic. He is an example of this stick-to-itiveness that we see all across this country. And so I want to say thank you to you, Chris.